You're listening to Don't Miss This on Paris Underground Radio.
For more great content, including bonus videos of events in and around Paris, please join us on Patreon.
Hello, and welcome to Don't Miss This, your weekly roundup of the best of what's happening in Paris this week. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity, the creator and founder of the Paris Underground Radio podcast network. Each week on Don't Miss This, I'll share 10 of the best things happening in Paris. If you'd like an extended written version, complete with dates and descriptions and direct links to those 10 events, plus a number of others I couldn't fit into this podcast, this week there are 17 additional events, then just head over to Patreon to have your very own downloadable weekly schedule sent just to you. Sign up at patreon.com/Paris Underground Radio. From Mexican wrestling to Italian cinema and the earliest painters to psychedelic surrealism, this week will take you around the world and across time. Discover what made the 20s roar, don your wintry ice skates, and jump in line for a museum's grand reopening. Feast on artisanal wine and cheese, live the Christmas of your childhood dreams, and so much more. This week's edition of Don't Miss This covers the week of Sunday, November 12th through Saturday, November 18th, 2023. If, like me, you've always wondered what it would have been like to live in Paris from the Belle Époque to the Roaring Twenties, you're in luck. A new exhibit opens this Tuesday at the Petit Palais, titled Le Paris de la Modernité, 1905 à 1925, or the Paris of Modernity, 1905 to 1925. To give a full picture of Parisian life at the start of the 20th century, you'll find paintings, photography, sculptures, and drawings, as well as clothing, film, and pieces from the worlds of dance, design, and architecture. There will be nearly 400 pieces on display by artists like Robert and Sonia Delaunay, Marcel Duchamp, Tamara Dell'Empicka, Amedeo Modigliani, Chana Orloff, Pablo Picasso, and Marie Vassilieff. Beyond art, you'll find fashion from Paul Poiret and Jean Lanvin, jewelry from Cartier, an airplane from the Air and Space Museum, and a Peugeot car from the National Automobile Museum. Le Paris de la Modernité, 1905 à 1925, will be at the Petit Palais from Sunday, November 14th through April 14th, 2024. For more information, please visit petitpalais.paris.fr. That's petitpalais.paris.fr. Last week, we saw the unveiling of the Samaritaine and Printemps windows. This week, it's time for the Christmas of your dreams, as Galeries Lafayette reveals their Le Noël de mes rêves decorations on Wednesday. This year, Galeries Lafayette will partner with couturier, stylist, and designer Charles de Villemorin, who has created a little girl with a magic brush to guide us through 10 animated imaginary lands straight from his own childhood dreams. He says, quote, "Imagining the Christmas of my dreams was child's play. From the grand fir tree under the dome of the department store to the emblematic windows of Boulevard Haussmann, through the creation of a fashion capsule collection and exclusive collaborations with my favorite brands, we have thought of everything. As a common thread, the adventure of a little girl and her magic paintbrush who travel in their imaginary world was my great inspiration. As tender a story as if it were mine." End quote. Inside, you'll find an enormous Christmas tree that plays with light and transparency, with creatures floating all around, giving the impression of a grand concerto under the iconic dome. Le Noël de mes rêves will be at Galeries Lafayette from Wednesday, November 15th through December 31st and is free to attend. For more information, please visit haussmann.galerielafayette.com. That's HAUSSMANN.GALERIELAFAYETTE.com. If you're a fan of Salvador Dali, but wish you could see his work on a larger scale, you're in luck. A new outdoor exhibit is coming to Parc de la Villette. Take a nighttime stroll down a winding path throughout the park, embellished by illuminated sculptures, inspired by Dali's most magnificent art, all lit up and set to music. This exhibit is titled L'art de la nature, and as its name implies, the art will be integrated into the landscape so that it seems to be coming to life, just as our surrealist muse would have wanted. In total, you'll find 21 sculptures, including Dance of Time, Alice in Wonderland, Triumphant Elephant, and the famous dripping watch from Profile of Time. L'Art de la Nature will be at Parc de la Villette from Thursday, November 16th through January 21st, 2024. Tickets are €20, and more information can be found at lavillette.com. That's LAVILLETTE.com. After 6 long years of renovation, this Friday, November 17th, will mark the grand reopening of the Musée de la Marine. This National Maritime Museum is the second oldest marine museum in the world and combines art, history, and science, recounting France's traditions and maritime adventures. The museum will open with brand new visitor paths, scenography, themes, and collections. Everything has been updated, redesigned, and modernized. You'll discover the oceans, the seabeds, the flora and fauna, the ships, and the people who ran them. More than 1,000 scientific and technical objects, models, paintings, decorative objects, photographs, sculptures, and furniture have been updated and restored for your exploration. There's also an immersive element to the museum, and you'll enter into the bow of a ship before exploring different lands. You'll find a family investigation game, VR headsets, simulators, and a digital workshop where you can become an underwater archaeologist. The permanent collection has been made completely accessible, with devices adapted to the young and the old, and to people with physical, hearing, visual, and mental disabilities. Temporary exhibitions will expand on different themes or artists linked to the sea. In addition, you'll find a bookstore/boutique and the Carré de l'Amiral restaurant with an oyster and cocktail bar. And, best of all, the museum will be completely free from November 17th through the 19th to celebrate its opening. The Musée de la Marine will reopen on Friday, November 17th, and tickets begin at €11. For more information, please visit musée-marine.fr. That's musee-marine.fr. You know what we don't talk about enough here in Paris? Mexican wrestling. Well, that's all about to change with Lucharan, une histoire de la lucha libre, a new exhibit all about the lucha libre at the Institut Culturel du Mexique. Here you'll find photographs, archival documents, masks, costumes, figurines, and more. Finally, you will have the chance to learn everything you've ever wanted to know about Mexican wrestling. From the history, the rules, the holds like the famous head scissors and the Hurricane Rana, rope presses and somersaults, and those fabulous masks. Because those masks are not chosen arbitrarily, no. Each luchador's mask represents his or her life story. Lucharan, une histoire de la lucha libre, will be at the Institut Culturel du Mexique from Friday, November 17th through January 25th, 2024, and is free to attend. A vernissage will be held the night before on Thursday, November 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. For more information, please visit mexico-mexique.com. That's mexico-mexique.com. So, you like art and you like rock. This is finally your chance to see if you like rock art, by which I mean art painted on rocks dating way back to the beginning of mankind. With the new exhibit/event, Pré-Estromania, coming to the Musée de l'Homme. Discover the first artworks ever created by our early ancestors, while following in the footsteps of the collectors who kept those artworks safe. These pieces detail daily life and give us insights into the beliefs of ancient man. In total, you'll find around 100 archaeological surveys, which can reach up to 15 meters in length, with paintings and cave drawings hailing from all over the world. You'll explore the caves in which these drawings were found, learn about how they were discovered, and how the surveys themselves were carried out. You'll follow some of the specific expeditions that led to these discoveries, and finish by learning about the first 2 times these surveys were revealed to the general public. Once in 1933 at the Trocadero Ethnography Museum, and once in 1937 at the MoMA in New York. Pré-Estréminière will be at the Musée de l'Homme from Friday, November 17th through May 20th, 2024. Tickets are €10, and more information can be found at museedelhomme.fr. That's museedelhomme.fr. We've spoken before about the Naples and Paris exhibit currently at the Louvre, but this week a new Italian film festival with Paolo Sorrentino and Isabella Rossellini will give us another reason to bring this exhibit to our lips. For 10 days, nearly 20 film screenings will be held in the Louvre's auditorium in an event called Naples dans le regard des scénaristes, or Naples through filmmakers' eyes. For this event, the festival gave director Paolo Sorrentino and actress Isabella Rossellini carte blanche to select their favorite movies filmed in Naples. There will be interviews with both Paolo and Isabella, who is also godmother of the festival, as well as with writer Eri De Luca. On the roster, you'll find Voyage to Italy with Ingrid Bergman and George Sanders, The Gold of Naples, An Italian Wedding with Sophia Loren, The Talented Mr. Ripley, and many more. Naples dans le regard des scénaristes will be at the Michel Lacotte Auditorium in the Louvre from Friday, November 17th through November 26th, and tickets begin at €4. For more information, please visit louvre.fr. That's louvre.fr. Is Paris the most romantic city in the world? Host Lily Heisey answers this very question in her podcast Romancing in Paris, which takes you through the city, arrondissement by arrondissement, by exploring the most romantic and hidden spots Paris has to offer. Listen now to Romancing in Paris on ParisUndergroundRadio.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't miss this. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And now, back to Don't Miss This. If you can remember all the way back in 2021, I mentioned a new street art festival named Street Heart, which was created by Urban Signature and sponsored by Speedy Graffito. That event raised €44,500. Well, now the festival returns for Street Heart 2. This year, around 60 international street artists have been invited to take some of Paris's street signs and transform them into works of art. Quote, by transforming street signs into works of art, Street Heart 2 pays homage to the importance of places to live and the dignity of homeless people, while offering a captivating artistic experience, end quote. This year's proceeds will go to the Entourage Association, whose initiatives are, quote, aimed at creating links between people living on the streets and society, end quote. Street Heart 2 will be at Le Shack from Friday, November 17th through February 28th, 2024, and is free to attend. For more information, please visit urban-signature.com. Wine, cheese, Paris. Intrigued? This Saturday, November 18th, marks the start of Paris Cheese and Wine Week, with hundreds of activities planned around wine and cheese. The products come from nearly 150 French independent cheesemakers and wine producers. Dozens of Parisian restaurants, ranging from the Michelin star to brasseries, bistros, and wine cellars, will provide master classes, tastings, and specially adapted menus, with many events available free of charge. This year, the sponsors of Paris Cheese and Wine Week are Nathalie Catram, cheesemaker affineur, Pierre Gagnère, 3-star chef, and Olivier Pussier, Best Sommelier in the World 2020. Paris Cheese and Wine Week will be held throughout Paris from Saturday, November 18th through November 26th, and more information, including a full program, can be found at ParisCheeseandWineWeek.com. Let me regale you with one more long-awaited, much-anticipated Christmas event. And if you're looking for more, check out the Don't Miss This newsletter on Patreon. This Saturday, November 19th, the Tuileries Christmas Market returns to the Jardin des Tuileries. The website says that the wooden chalets serve deliciously regressive sweet treats, but I read it as ridiculously aggressive. Either way, there will be wooden chalets as far as the eye can see, selling mulled wine, waffles, cotton candy, as well as French cheese, wine, and charcuterie specialties. Once you've had your fill of all those goodies, or perhaps if you're wise before, you can take a spin on the Ferris wheel, ride the ghost train, or meet Santa Claus. And never fear, the 1,200 square meter ice skating rink will also be back. The Marché de Noël des Tuileries will be at the Jardin des Tuileries from Saturday, November 18th through January 7th, 2024. Well, that's it for this edition of Don't Miss This. For the extended newsletter version, which includes 17 more events, including written descriptions and direct links, please join me on Patreon at patreon.com/Paris Underground Radio. Thank you for listening to Don't Miss This. If you like this episode, please rate and review it. It really helps. And tell a friend. That helps too. If you attend any of the events listed in this podcast, please let me know on Paris Underground Radio, on Instagram or Facebook. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity. You can find me on all socials at Jennyphoria. That's JennyPhoria. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Happy exploring!
Don't Miss This is produced by Jennifer Garrity for Paris Underground Radio. For more on this show and shows like it, please go to parisundergroundradio.com.